Ken, did you think TNA would ever really challenge WWE for the top spot, or did you think, hey, we have a good alternative company here? Like, what were your thoughts around all that?
I always think there's a possibility, right? It's like somebody at some point is going to do it. I feel, but I don't know. I wasn't sure. I was certainly in the camp that let's give it our all and bust our asses. And I think that was what was so cool about working there in the locker room, because everybody had that mentality of like, let's fucking do this.
It was like a common goal.
Yeah, and Ken was exactly right. That everybody wanted the show to succeed. Now, I was more realistic. I thought we were special to begin with. I thought an alternative company would be the right move. I just didn't think we'd ever be able to beat WWE. And don't get me wrong, we got Hulk Hogan in, and then Ric Flair, Mr. Anderson. All these guys were coming in. We were really making a run for it, but we just didn't have the money. Okay, like Eric Bischoff wanted to do all these house shows, and then we book all these events. We have to pay the arenas, and we're all making the money back. So the money was going because we were trying to compete with WWE. We should have went at our own pace, at least for a few more years.
What is your thought on that, Ken? Like, are there some things that you would have done differently?
I feel like the difference was the marketing. You know, WWE is so good at marketing. It's just a huge machine. And TNA was like, hey, guys, make sure you put this on your Twitter and your Facebook and stuff like that, you know? It's like, that was the only – we would go into towns. I remember we would go into towns and go to the gym, and people would be like, what are you guys doing here? And we got a show like 5 minutes down the road. Nobody had a clue. And that happened pretty regularly.
Yeah, not a lot of advertisement.
I remember one time. What's that? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Ken.
I remember one time working at a baseball stadium in Baltimore, and I think we drew, I'm not kidding here, 162 paid that night. And they were scattered too. And I think they set the ring up on the pitcher's mound, so we were way, way far away from the stands.
Far away, I remember that.
And and you had like Kurt, me, Jeff Hardy on the show. Like there was Ric Flair was on the show. It was nuts. And I remember that night, Ring of Honor ran just down the road and packed out like an 800 to 1,000 seat building.
Nobody knew we were there.
Something's off there. Then that makes no sense.
Yeah,
I remember money on renting out arenas instead of marketing, and doing less house shows and trying to market and have strong shows before you start multiplying them.
Yeah, I always felt like we should have run those smaller venues and get 1,000 people, and you know the atmosphere is just so good in those.
Yes.
Those
way better than having a 15,000 seat arena with only 1,000 people in it. Yeah.
Yep.
And you're not sure if they were like working like snacks or actually people attending the show. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.